Hi everyone, welcome to your first week of forensics. Hopefully you've all watched the video in the initial instructions and taken the course basics quiz. Super easy quiz. Obviously that was just to make sure that you got some of the main points out of my initial instructions. And the Your Story assignment here is just for us to try to get to know each other a little bit better, which can be somewhat difficult to do online. It's just a little different online than it is in a face-to-face classroom. So your weekly introduction will normally be at the top of your weekly folder. So remember, you have a weekly folder that has your assignments. It'll be clearly marked with the dates for that week, and it will also be green, so you know that's a folder you should be working in. So you will normally see this weekly introduction at the top, and there will always be a short video like this, just kind of going through what you need to do for that week and assignments. Now, honestly, I don't want to waste your time, so if there's a week where I feel like everything is just so straightforward, and this might happen more towards the end when I'm confident you know what you're doing, I may not pop a video in there, and I'll make sure it is clearly stated in the weekly introduction that there's no video for you to watch that week. So after the video, you will always see objectives. That's for you to be very clear on what I think you should be learning that week, what you should be getting out of the content. Great place to start. That's not just for teachers, guys. That's not just there because my course gets evaluated by administrators. That's there because I honestly believe, as a teacher, that it will help you learn if you can read those objectives and actually think about what you're supposed to be getting out of the content for that week. So do take the time, take a look at those, and make sure that you are ready to look for that content and ready to learn that material. So super easy starting week. All you have is this course basics quiz, getting to know each other, and we'll leave this up so that you can get back into previous folders. So maybe next week you might want to go back in, and we're going to be getting new students probably for the first 3 weeks. So you'll want to be revisiting this discussion board now and then just to see if there's new posts, if people have asked you questions or made comments on your post, and then so you can comment on our new students posts as well. So you've got those 2 assignments, and then we have one more discussion board this week on an introduction to forensics. So really what we're doing this week is just laying the groundwork. What is forensic science, and how is it different from maybe the popular culture idea of what forensic science is all about? I know you guys aren't stupid. I know you don't watch CSI and think it's all just like CSI. So what this is, though, is going a little bit deeper and talking about exactly why it's not just like CSI and the other programs that you might have seen on TV. So we're looking at something called the CSI Effect, and there are videos and there are links. So you've got to let me know anytime you have problems watching the videos. Let me know right away so we can do some troubleshooting and figure that out. And then you will share some of what you've learned here in this discussion board. Now, make sure you read through everything. And I say that because even though I put some of the stuff in bright colors or bold, students still sometimes miss some of the directions. And know that in this specific post, you have to have a link to a source because you are doing a little bit of research. You're looking for content beyond what I've provided you here in this folder so that you can share some information with other students. So you're going to have a link to that post, and then you're also going to reply to at least 2 of your classmates' posts. Now there is, there's, I think it's in the other one. I thought I had it on this one, so I paused. Maybe it's here. There is a document. Here it is. A document attached to your very first discussion, and this is guidelines for student discussions. Use that when you post your responses here. So that's something you should probably save to your computer so you can go back to it. And those guidelines are going to be similar for all of your courses. So you really should be looking at those guidelines and following those. Because an appropriate reply is just not, I agree, or I get your point. It needs to be followed by, you can start with opinion, but it needs to be followed by some sort of evidence or a reason that you agree or back up or disagree. It's absolutely okay to disagree, but we always keep it polite. So make sure that you're reading through all of the directions here. When you create an initial post, all you do is type into the box here, click post. Now if somebody has already, in fact let's go back to that other discussion, if somebody has already posted, because I did create one here, and you need to reply, all you do is click on reply right here, and that brings up another text box here for your reply, and you just click post reply there. So when I'm grading, I'm looking for your initial post, your link, and your replies to other students. That's what you're graded on in this Introduction to Forensics. So really not a difficult week. This should be pretty easy for you. I keep it pretty easy for the first few weeks because we have students still joining our class for about the first 3 weeks, and we have students who have never schooled online who are trying to get used to the format. So it will pick up a bit. Just know that it will be pretty simple here for the first couple of weeks. So take advantage. If you have questions about things, ask them now. Let me spend some time with you going through, anything really. If you feel like, gosh, I should already know this because of the IOL, or I think she covered this in the intro video, doesn't matter. Ask me anyway. I would rather spend the time working with you and helping you than have you frustrated or getting behind because it's something you think you should already know. There's no dumb questions, guys. So make sure you're getting hold of me. Remember that all of my information is right here on the front of the course info folder. So there's my email, my phone number, you can call or text. But, do me a favor, if you are working at 2 a.m., which is fine, I'd prefer you don't text at 2 a.m. because I might hear that. So wait until the morning. Try not to call or text after, let's say, 10 p.m. I probably won't reply most evenings anyway after, 6 or 7 o'clock or so, but I'll get back to you as soon as I can the next morning. So just keep that in mind when calling or texting. And then obviously Schoology messaging or emailing is another great way to get a hold of me. So hope everybody has a fantastic first week. Hope you enjoy all your classes. And I really want to hear from you if you have any issues or any questions at all.